intention at the core. Rolling lessons like a wave, landing gentle on the shore. No edits, no perfection, just the messy truth will pour. Sessions unscripted, we unlock each mental door. Tune in, lean back, feel the rhythm of the soul. Every word a tool to mend your spirit, make it whole. Self-love, the anthem, let your confidence unroll. Progress never pauses on the ever-spinning stroll.
This is your buddy Joel Rosario. Welcome to Sessions and Lessons Unscripted.com, the podcast. Actually, it's Sessions and Lessons Unscripted. Kind of excited today. I am joined by a special guest. I mentioned it before that my better half would be joining me. So, better half, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I was sick there for a little minute. Still not 100%, but getting there. How was your day today?
It was a okay day. Very slow, but good overall. Can't complain.
Well, you can't complain, but who's gonna listen? All right, so most of you guys out there, first of all, thank you for joining us again. It's always a pleasure to do this. I'm having more and more fun as we do these. I had mentioned before that I do want to cover certain subjects and, serious subjects, but I also don't want it to be always so serious. I want this to be a safe place and somewhere where people can just have conversations, chill, and forget about the bad stuff once in a while. Sure, we'll come up with solutions and learn things on the way, but my intent is to help people and then also give people some safety and comfort. Does that make any sense?
Absolutely.
What do you think about that?
It sounds good in theory.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes we discuss it and I I talk about how I think I live in a dreamland because I envision the world a certain way, and it's just, well, everyone out there knows what the world is like. So, uh, yeah. So, like I said today, I'm joined by Gloria Rosario, the better half. That's debatable. Why don't you tell everybody about yourself that doesn't really know about you?
Well, my name is Gloria, as he said. Um, I don't like to talk about myself very often, so this is kind of difficult for me. But um, I don't know what to say.
You were born and raised in Chicago, right?
Yes,
Just
yes.
like I was.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the way we met was kind of, well, I don't know if you would call it weird, right? I mean, we both met on the internet,
On the Facebooks.
on the Facebooks, on
Yes.
Facebook dating. For those of you listening now, I've touched on it before. I was widowed, and I was a widower, bachelor for like 3 years. And I was, I swore I'd never get married again and this and that. And,
That was a lie.
yeah, that was a lie. It ended up being a total lie. So I was at work one day and, I was kind of talking about maybe eventually maybe meeting someone, hanging out with somebody. So, of course, everybody, you know how that goes.
Yes.
Everybody's got, oh, well, I know this person and go do this and go do that. I'm sure you went through the same thing.
Oh my God. So many different. Yeah. It can be a little crazy to date, especially around, pre-COVID and everything. It was difficult.
Yeah, all of this was happening pre-COVID.
Literally months before COVID.
Yeah. So, we didn't know that the world was going to stop. So, we just by chance met on Facebook dating. We met. It was pretty funny because you had showed up, you got lost, and then I had to look for you in our parking lot. You were in a completely different parking lot. And then I I asked her if she wanted to go to the bathroom or something before our first date. And she just looked at me like,
I was petrified.
I don't know why you were petrified. I wasn't gonna do
Okay,
anything
you
to
guys,
you.
remember Stranger Danger when we were growing up?
I understand that.
It was literally the first time I met this man, and I had driven all the way from, a different part of town. It took me about an hour and a half to get to his place. And, you know, nerves and everything was happening all at once. And, you know, stranger danger, ladies, stranger danger.
I don't blame you. That was pretty smart. Yeah, she thought I was gonna like ambush her in the apartment or something. Yeah, so then our first date was pumpkin patch
Yes.
up north, and it's funny because when Gloria and I would go on dates, we joke about it right now or all the time. We date. I'm telling you, we don't go on one date. We go on like
Multiple dates
multiple dates.
on the
So
same day.
on the same day.
Yeah.
So Gloria and I will go. Gloria and I will go to the movies, then to the park, then go eat sushi, then go to whatever Starbucks
or, any random
we
coffee
would
place.
just do all kinds of stuff on every date, and everybody was it was a kind of a running joke because it's like we've dated about 5 years worth of dates in like in months.
In months, yes. Well, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
For me, it was a little bit different. I had just gotten out of a, relationship, and I wasn't looking to date anyone. I wasn't looking for anything, crazy. I just wanted to meet people to hang out. And at the time, I was baking privately and cooking privately for clients. And one of my clients is like, you're way too young to be like single. And, she was adamant about either one of two things. She was gonna have me date her grandson, which was option A, or option B was, go on a dating site. So at the time, Facebook date had come out.
Yeah, Facebook dating.
Yeah. So I was kind of iffy, never did the internet dating thing, but I guess as time goes on, it becomes like the norm, Um, but yeah, for me, it was so weird because, I was talking to a few people and, nothing really clicked and I was about to give up. And I just remember that I had planned a biking trip and it was like, I think like 30 miles that I did that day. And I was in the middle of nowhere and I couldn't get a hold of you. And I'm thinking this guy's going to lose interest.
Oh, I totally thought that
Yeah.
Gloria was not interested because, like she said, she was in Michigan or something riding her bike. And it's like I would send her messages. And at first she was responsive. And then all of a sudden, nothing. And it turns out she was like in the mountains or something. And she's riding up and down hills and with no cell phone reception. I'm over here thinking that, okay, well, I guess I'm going to be single.
But no, the thing is that, we hit it off so quick in the beginning. It was just like the conversations just, it went from hi, hello to I'm a bigger nerd than you. And it just became this competition.
We were having like a nerd off.
Was flawless and it flowed. So yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah, it's scary how compatible we were. It's like we were made for each other.
Facebook worked its magic, or I don't know how.
Normally, Facebook is not that great. But
no.
It's like the modern version of the National Enquirer.
I don't even think Facebook dating is a thing at this point.
I think it still exists. They don't really sell it or anything.
Yeah, they don't really promote it.
No.
But, like I said, I'm happy that I did listen to that client. And, I never ended up dating her grandson, obviously. And here we are almost a year and a half later into, being married.
This September is going to be 2 years we're married. And it's funny, too, because when we got together, it like I said, it was pre-COVID. We
months before
COVID. And then we were courting, and then we would always go out, and then it turned into, hey, stay over my place, you stay over my place, and then COVID hit. So then it got to the point where her apartment, they said you can't come and go. It's like you got to pick a place. Either you have to stay here or
Yeah.
stay where your boyfriend's house or whatever. And that's what ended up happening.
That
So
was such an awkward conversation because at that point we hadn't been dating for too long. I think it was only like 3 months.
it was like 3 or 4
Three or
months,
four
yeah.
months.
And then the lockdown started.
Right. And at the time I was living with my brother, and everyone else was like sheltering in place, and I was the only one in the household coming in and out. And my brother and my sister-in-law are like, "We love you. This is your house, but you need to pick a spot."
Yeah, pick a side. And she picked my side, the
And I
dark
never
side.
left. I no.
Yeah, she
Who would have
literally,
thought?
guys, you guys listening out there, she literally never left.
I'm still here.
She's still here. But you know what? I would never, I wouldn't want anybody else with me. This woman's incredible, let me tell you. But yeah, it was
Play it
kind
up.
of,
Let's play it up for the brownie points.
yes, we are. I'm really a horrible person.
No.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird how we ended up, quote unquote, living together, cohabitating by chance, right? The freaking COVID. But yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. But
The thing is that it hasn't been 100% magic.
well, of course not. Not all. Not all.
Not at all.
Relationships are perfect.
We had this discussion when we first started talking that I wasn't interested in marriage and he wasn't interested in marriage. We just wanted to hang out. I wasn't looking for romance. I wasn't looking for somebody to support me financially or anything like that. I think at that point I just wanted to take a break from dating, and I just wanted to be friends. And I made it so clear in the beginning. I was like, I know this is like super soon to be talking about this, but I have no intentions of like settling down. And again, here we are. This was about this September, it'll be 6 years.
Yeah, about 5-6 years.
Yeah, and we've been married about for a year and a half.
I'm getting old and I always sucked at math, so so yeah, I mean, I was the same way. I was done. I mean, even before I got married the first time, I was never I'm never getting married, never having kids, blah blah blah. And then of course life happened, and then after that was over, I swore again I would not get remarried, and here we are. So yeah, I mean, it's never say never. That's, I guess, the moral of the story here.
Everybody was so surprised when I said I had a boyfriend because typically I'm very private when it comes to my relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I have rarely brought anybody home. And I remember the first time I introduced him to the family, my mom was cooking.
They thought that you were joking.
They thought I was playing.
And then here I come.
I told my mom, "Hey mom, my boyfriend's coming over and I'd like you guys to get to know each other. I really like this guy." My mom brushed it off. Sure, ha ha ha. Family's like, okay, is he gonna come? Is he not gonna come? And then I show up with this man.
I believe the first time I came over was Thanksgiving, right? That first Thanksgiving.
It was something around that.
I don't remember. It was the holidays.
Yeah, and I remember that my mom was cooking, and I went into the kitchen ahead of you. I think you were sitting down talking to my brother at the time, and I told my mom like, "Hey, mom, just remember I brought my boyfriend. Make sure you serve him." And my mom was like, "What?"
To those of the Latino persuasion, if you know, you know.
Yes.
But yeah, it was kind of funny. It was like, oh, she wasn't kidding. There he is.
Ta-da!
Yeah, it was.
I wasn't dating an invisible man. This was actually a person that I was dating.
Yeah, let me tell you, Gloria's family is great. I mean, they were very loving and welcoming. Brothers are awesome. Sister-in-law is awesome. The nephew and nieces, the whole family's just great family. I'm very lucky to not only have Gloria but inherit a really good family.
Oh, that's so nice.
So
Are you
if,
guys listening?
yeah, I hope you guys are listening and remember Christmas. No, I'm just
Working
kidding.
those brownie points.
No, that's fine. I am a simple man.
A simple man, yes.
Yeah, so I mean that's a little bit about kind of how we met and stuff, and then of course, as we talk and things like that, it got into more serious subjects and stuff like my past, and I know there was a little bit of apprehension there on her part and even her family's part when they heard my story a little bit, but
And you know what? I also think that my family was kind of worried that we're our age difference. Like it's not that much.
no, we're only 6 years apart.
Yeah, but for not bringing anybody home and all of a sudden bringing this mature man to my
I don't know
house.
about mature. That's
Well,
debatable.
no, trust me. Mature is the key word here. Um, and it was just different, you know. Everyone just gravitated towards him, and it just worked out the way that it did.
I don't know why that is.
I,
Yeah, I mean,
everything just clicked the way that it was supposed to, like naturally. Nothing was forced, Yeah, everything's been. I don't want to see smooth sailing because that would be a lie. We've hit bumps in the road. I am
yeah,
so not the
absolutely.
easiest person to get along with
No,
at times.
everybody out there, it's funny because I know when I met her, she would talk about how she didn't think she was a good person and she was mean and she was this and that. I don't know what Gloria she's talking about because I think it's the opposite. This lady's just incredible. I don't understand where she's getting all that from. Perhaps it's like in past podcasts where I was discussing like the whole self-esteem thing and all of that, and just believing all the lies any other people told you. So, so yeah. I mean, I don't know where she got that from at all. So, but yeah, like I said, we started discussing more serious things, and then she, I'm like, if this didn't scare her away, I mean, seriously, because I mean, I know when I first told her that I was a widow, and then she thought, oh, this guy's probably got kids and blah blah blah. And most people it'd be a deterrent, but she gave it a chance, and here we are now.
Yeah, I think that I guess negative thought is part of what you have spoken about before about things that we're conditioned to think. And when you come from the type of background that I came from, it's not always easy to be the kindest or most open person. But once you get to know me, I'm pretty kind, you know.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm kind of like that where I'm just kind of reserved and I may seem like I'm not very social or talkative, although I do have social issues, but um, I don't know. I guess that's normal, right? You just got to get to know people. You shouldn't just be trusting off the bat. We know that,
Personally,
I've
right?
been burned many times.
Burned, lied to, cheated on, all that good stuff that,
Yeah.
Just kind of brings, I guess, negative emotions and, not so fuzzy, warm feelings,
Right. And we kind of discussed today, like just, I know for myself, I always had my guard up and I didn't trust people at all. And I have trust issues. And to this day, I mean, I don't have friends. I kind of hate saying that because there's people that I could consider friends, right? Because they're always, let's face it, anyone you interact with is not perfect. No one on this planet Earth is perfect. So it's like, but to me, a friend was always friend was like a special terminology. Like you don't just get the word friend. You get that when like a friend is someone that will do anything for you or is on the lookout for your well-being and your betterment, right? A lot of I think what a lot of people have are acquaintances, not friends.
Yes, I agree with that.
So, I mean, that's kind of how I look at it. And then there's that saying, well, you're better off alone than with bad company or something like that. So, I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm getting over it, and I don't think you should live your life that way. Should you be cautious, especially nowadays? Yes, but I mean, you can't. I don't think you can live your life like that.
No, and I don't think necessarily that it's not having friends. It's just being more cautious on how you interact with people. Because different people know different sides of you. Some people know me for being, super kind and gentle. Um, at work, I'm very reserved. I don't open up about my personal life. I don't, most people in my office do not realize that like I am married and I, have a household that I
I think
maintain.
that goes for a lot of like even my workplace. Like people, I mean, I guess people don't care. I mean, it sounds harsh, but that's kind of the reality.
No, it's just I think that everyone's just trying to survive at this point
I guess
with the way that, things have been and, I think it's a lot more difficult to make friends nowadays. But I mean it's
it is,
possible.
but it
And
isn't, right? Because you
yeah,
have social media.
like okay, I have so many friends on like social media, but out of that huge
Well,
pool.
that's true.
Right.
I could probably eliminate like half my list right now.
Right. And there'd still be people on there that, but I do have, people that I trust in a circle and all that stuff. And I think that's normal, you know,
Yeah, and also think that the circle should always be small.
definitely.
Like I don't think. I mean, uh, the smaller the better. I think.
Yeah. I think so. I think that's, for a lot of people. I think especially when you've been in a situation where, you've been hurt or other people have misguided you or, any
Yeah,
type of situation like that. But, you know, not all people are bad. There are some
that's
good
true.
people out there. You just have to give it a chance. It's just, I am not as open in the beginning with people. And I think that's normal for everybody.
I think so.
I
Yeah.
don't like to overshare. I'm very private about certain things, but I'm very open about other parts of my life.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I always say that my life's an open book, but then at the same time, it's
It's not.
like, yeah, I don't want people to know all my business.
And the thing is like, the thing with social media is that, everybody knows it has a positive side and it has like the negative side. I have met some really awesome people on Facebook that have been, I've never met them, but we talk on a daily basis.
Right.
And there's people that I've been friends with for an eternity that, I just talk to every 6, 7
Once in a
months.
blue moon, yeah.
And it's like we never stop talking. It just depends on the people.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean that's life, right? I mean you gotta uh but I think key is to surround you with the right people too.
Like minded people.
Like minded people.
Yes.
And it's funny, speaking of, when we met, like I said, not only we both had so much in common and it's just unbelievable if you guys knew like how much we had in common. But not only the good things, there was also some not so good things that we had in common that we shared. So I think that's another thing that was kind of uh, I guess it's important, right? Because we both kind of had the same kind of hurt and same kind of issues, and we both related to each other really well.
Well, I guess I never really talked about my, background or anything, but you know, Coming from a single mother household, two brothers, typical Latino style, where, the oldest takes care of the younger one so
Hmm.
the mom or the dad can go to work, and
Like you're the responsible
the
one.
latchkey kids.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
that famous term,
Yeah.
latchkey kids. Um and it was hard, because coming from a single mom,
Yeah.
you grow up sooner than most people or
Right.
most kids, while other kids were
Well, I'd imagine too, being in a single parent household, you had like
responsibilities.
more stress and responsibility.
Responsibilities that, I mean, from the time that I was old enough to reach the stove, I was making, food and, you know, helping my mom with the laundry when I could. I mean, you do what you can as a kid at that point,
Right, but then there was a point where it was a little too much, and then you kind of veered off the rails a little bit,
Oh,
and that
yeah.
happens.
It
I mean,
does.
it did to me too. It started at 15, where things went off the rails.
What is it about this magical age of like 14 and
I don't
15?
know. I guess at
I
15, you think you're a grown up. I have
Yes.
no idea.
Oh my gosh. At 15, I thought I knew everything.
But at my old age, I'm still learning things daily and working through things, and I'm happy that I got Gloria by my side helping me out. She's just, I mean, it's like I said, it's we related so much. And we're so compatible. It's like the universe, God, whatever, put us together. But, it's just incredible to me uh, how we ended up together. It's awesome.
That typical cliche, I married my best friend.
I guess
I,
so.
I
Yeah.
guess that it's what
Yeah.
it would be. And, back to what I was saying about, childhood and teenage years.
Mhm.
Um, there was, I guess, like you said, I went off the rails for a while. Having to deal with the pressure of, being a kid mom at a kid age to my brothers. And,
Right.
um, as I got older, there was drug use, sexual abuse, all sorts of things that, I haven't always been open about. I'm not ashamed of
Right.
anything, you know.
But I know, and I'm not speaking for you, but I know for me, I didn't get, it didn't happen until later in life where I'm just like accepting it and just moving on from it and facing it. So I ran away from home when I was 15, and I met a woman who was 12 years older than I was. So she was 27 at the time. Now, those that are listening out there, 27, 15, right?
Yeah.
So right off the bat is just not good. And then grooming and then manipulating and stuff like that. I spent most of my life uh, kind of shackled and just, I mean, it's being abused and there's no way around it. And that was something that was even told to me early on, and I wouldn't accept it because I was so blinded by everything. And like you said, that magical age of 15 where you think you know everything. So yeah, I mean, I wasted, well, I spent a lot of my time, my adolescence, my young adulthood under an abusive relationship, basically.
Right. And, you know, I um I don't know how to put this. So I guess it was the opposite for me. I didn't want to feel anything. I didn't want to, I guess, face the issues that, I had at the time. I had a lot of anger issues, a lot of resentment.
Mm.
I grew up at a young age, having to take care of other
Oh
people,
yeah, I mean, I was 15 having to be
Right,
an adult.
right.
Yeah.
And there's so much stress when it comes to that. And when you don't have, the guidance from, somebody who is stable, it's very easy to derail. And thankfully I found a way out of, drugs and, the parties and all that
Right.
stuff. I had to because I had to be an adult at a young age.
Right.
And, I don't hold any resentments towards anything. I'm not ashamed,
I mean, I guess everything happens for a reason, right? That's
Right.
what they say,
And I
anyways.
think that, all the pain and all the drugs and the partying and all that stuff that I did, it's not the best choices that I could have made for myself,
Right.
but they made me into the more, I guess, accepting person, um, more down to earth, more open, because I
Well,
know
that's
what it's
great too,
like.
because
Right.
you've experienced things that you can kind of help others with.
Right. And, there was a long time where I couldn't talk about, abuse and, the drug use. Cause, not that I was embarrassed, but I didn't want to be judged for those things,
Right.
you know, but eventually you just kind of get to a point where it's like, I don't want to hide myself anymore.
That's true. I'm getting to that point too, where
Right.
that's why the blog and this podcast, I started it because I'm getting ready to just break out of all that stuff. It's like I'm old enough. I mean, like, it's been like long overdue, and I'm old enough to like just, you know, face things and just deal. Like, it's like I'm halfway through. I'm halfway through my life here, just turning the big 50, and it's like, am I gonna use the second half of my life to just move on and be better, or am I gonna be in the same nonsense or whatever?
But the thing about going through painful situations and experiences is that you have two choices. It's either you're gonna, work through it, or you're gonna let that negativity and the situation that you've been through keep holding you back.
Right.
And eventually, I don't know for most people, but for me, it became like a burden. Like I was hiding myself, like I was burying like a certain part of me.
Right.
And when you do that type of thing, you don't allow yourself to heal,
Right.
and to me, I never felt genuine. When people would ask me, like, oh, how was your childhood? How did you grow up?
That's a good point, because I felt the same way. Like, I did, even now, and admittedly so, I don't feel genuine. I feel like sometimes I wear a mask, and I don't. Some people are like, nah, but I. That's how I feel sometimes.
Yeah, I don't feel like that anymore. I got tired of just having to feel like I had to cover certain parts of my life to appease other people.
Yeah,
And it's like, as long as you're living for other people, you're not living for yourself,
that's very true.
and you're very limited to your options,
Right.
you know? And I hate to sound like typical, like, woke, but you really do attract what you put out. And if all you're putting out is, sadness and anger and stress, that's what you're going to surround yourself
Exactly.
with.
Yep, I
And
agree.
it doesn't heal you.
Nope.
It's not until the moment where you kind of almost have to break yourself to rebuild,
Yes,
you know?
I agree.
And some people never learn that, and that's okay. And other people go through the process differently. Everybody's different.
Everyone's different.
I'm not a professional by any means. I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist or social worker or anything like that. But I feel that some of the experiences that I've been through can help other people. And,
Yeah. Right.
I love to have that feeling of helping other people. Sometimes it's not a physical type of thing, but it's an emotional thing. If I can make somebody smile, that makes me smile and it makes me feel good, like I'm accomplishing something. So, like I say all the time, and I tell this man all the time, it's one day at a time. There are going to be days where you just want to rip your hair out and.
That'd be kind of hard for me, because for those of you listening, I have no hair.
uh, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, rip your beard out, whatever. But you get to that point where it's just like, it's not healthy.
That is not, no,
It's
not
not.
at all. It's not healthy for you mentally or physically.
No, no, not at
Right.
all. And, the more you get older, the more you learn, the more you grow. Hopefully, for some people,
Right.
not everybody gets to that point, and that's fine because, everybody's different. But the point is that if you're stuck in a situation, don't feel like you can't.
Get unstuck.
Right, because there's always some sort of something out there.
Right.
If the people in your life do not support you in anything, emotional, mental, spiritual, whatever,
Hmm.
those are not the people that you need to be around.
Exactly.
Surround yourself with positive people, and positive things are, bound to come to you. Whether it's new friends, whether it's a new job opportunity, or, whatever it is that, is out there. You're limiting yourself when you kind of close yourself off, and the more open you are, the more open you are to possibilities. So,
Right.
yep, that's my little spiel.
You know what I am positive about?
What?
I have 10 unknown facts about Gloria. So, all right, on to more fun
Yes.
stuff.
No more depressing things.
No more serious stuff
No.
or semi-serious stuff.
Mm-mm.
So when Gloria and I got married, we kind of had this kind of cool idea. Since it's our, you know, co-host debut episode, we had these cards made for our tables, and it was 10 facts about Gloria, 10 facts about Joel. So we thought we would we thought we would go through the list and elaborate on some of this stuff. So we're gonna kind of go back and forth, and then maybe learn more stuff, add stuff, whatever. So you go first. You go through the unknown facts about Joel,
Okay.
one at a time.
One at a time. Let's see. Mr. Joel was a house and a hip hop DJ.
That is true. That's kind of how I started my musical journey, or lack thereof. I was just entering high school, got together with a bunch of guys that were uh, into music or wanted to make music. So, yeah, I bought. There was a guy he was my DJ partner, and we ended up getting these really cheap, these really cheap turntables. They were like not even. I don't even think they were like DJ type turntables. A mixer, and then we just started mixing. And funny story, I'll try to make it quick. We did one party, and I was DJing, and I think and I don't want to sound like I'm tooting my own horn, but
He's bragging.
no, I did a little better than he did. So I mixed at this party. I don't remember if it was like a wedding reception or something. It was just so janky, and just we didn't have the proper table. We didn't have, like, oh my gosh, we were like in the corner on some stage somewhere, and then I started DJing and the power went out, and then
You were sabotaged.
then after that the power didn't come on for a while, and we ended up having to call our parents to come pick us up. Yeah, that was freaking stupid.
All right, Rico Suave. Let's keep it moving.
All right, we'll keep it moving. So, Gloria dislikes the song Gloria.
I do.
Why do you dislike the song Gloria, Gloria?
There is nothing like growing up as a child or a kid, and having all these older people come to you and sing the song, and it just bothers me.
Really?
Yes.
Why does it bother you?
It's just annoying. Like, I know my name and I don't need to hear it. I'm sure the younger people out there don't know what the hell
They don't
this
even
is.
know. Yeah, they don't even know what the heck we're talking about. This
The
is
older
like,
people will understand.
yeah, no one else is gonna know what the heck we're talking
Absolutely not.
about. All right, so that was mine. So now you again.
Okay. Let's see here. You tried to start a comic book series. What's that about?
When I was in high school, was I in high school? Or was it? Yeah, I was in high school. Just getting in high school, I think. Uh, a buddy of mine used to like drawing, and I was into art and graffiti and drawing myself. I even went to, well, I attempted to go to art school when I was younger, and we had an idea of starting a comic book series. And if I remember right, it was the superhero was gonna be a dog, and like half dog, half man,
Yeah, oh boy.
and yeah, and it just never went anywhere. But he was a pretty good artist. I did okay, I guess, but I tried to get more technical with it and stuff. But I was really into like tagging and graffiti. But yeah, it was like a dog man superhero guy. All right, so I guess that's my turn now,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Uh, this one's kind of funny. Gloria is known to eat random plants and tries to get others to try. She's got like she's got a green thumb. You should see it in in the warm weather when she's in the yard gardening and whatnot. But it's always like, here, try this. And it's like I don't. It's just, she's just like shoving a leaf in my face. Like, what is this? So what's up with that?
I don't know. Just I'm weird. There's no explanation for that. It's just there's this joke going around that if there's ever a food shortage supply, um, I will be okay because I eat plants.
Yeah, it's like, and she'll like walk up to a plant and just be like, "You can eat this." It's like, what? It's like, I don't know. I'll take your word for it, but I would not know.
I haven't killed anyone yet.
Well, yeah, but I would not eat random plants, especially in the city of Chicago.
Don't say it like I'm out there like in the middle of
Just
downtown
eating
Chicago
weeds and
eating
dandelions off
weeds.
of people's
No, 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 no,
yards.
no. I grow these plants in my backyard. They're clean. I wash them and then I feed them to you.
Yes,
Let's get that clear.
trying to get me all healthy and stuff.
Yes. Okay, so this I'm pretty sure you've talked about in the past. That you're a published writer and an ex-blogger.
Well, I don't know why it says ex blogger because I still blog. Although this could be a debate. Blogging is not what it used to be, I guess. I don't know. People don't really read blogs now, do they? Or regardless, I do it anyways. But yes, I used to write for a couple websites. One in particular was called My Life as a Human. Uh, I wrote for them a bunch of articles, and then I had my own blog, which it was surprising when I looked into it. I started it like almost 14 years ago, and that's insane. Like, I can't believe, I think I haven't even, the longest job I had was 12 years. So I've blogged longer than I had a job.
That's passion.
That's crazy.
It's passion.
But yeah, but I still, uh, those of you out there listening that do visit the blog, thank you. By the way, uh, I know I've made little changes in here because I'm including and trying to consolidate all the podcasts and blog stuff together. Um, so that's fairly new. I do want to do some redesigning and things. I'm planning some things, but time permit and whatever. But yeah, I mean, I still blog. I enjoy writing. When I went to school, everyone would tell me I should be a writer because I guess I was good at it. I don't know. I always used to say that it's only because I'm good at BSing or making stuff up. Because that's exactly what it is, people. All of you out there is because I know how to just make things up and make them sound good. So
He should be a car salesman.
I probably could sell a bunch of cars. All right.
All right, go ahead.
Is it my turn?
Yep.
All right. So, uh, her favorite thing is to bake everything.
Yes.
I know when I met you, you were like, that was your side hustle or whatever, a side hustle you had.
Yes. Pre-COVID, I did own my own, I guess, I don't want to say company because it wasn't that big of a production, but I did baking and I cooked privately for people. I'm not a chef by any means.
Oh, but you can cook.
Oh, I know my way around the kitchen
She
for sure.
does, everybody. She knows her way around the kitchen. And so do I.
Yes, that is true. Actually, real quick, I remember that when we started dating, he said I can cook.
And she thought I was lying.
I thought he meant the microwave, you guys.
No, I can cook.
He
I
wooed
try,
me.
anyways.
No, well, he wooed me, people. Let me tell you, this man, he can cook too. So, we can both throw down in the kitchen. But yes, I love to bake. I used to do it as a business, and I had clients, and I don't do it so much now. COVID kind of, I don't want to say killed my passion, but it just kind of like, it's not the same. I find myself enjoying cooking and baking more for my family and friends
Right.
than I do for, a job or getting paid for it. Do I mind getting paid for it? Absolutely not. I will take your money for, a cake anytime, but
Right.
I'm fine. I'm learning other passions that I have, and I've been baking since I was about 6. Was the first time I baked a cake. My poor mother.
Really?
Yes. Oh, real quick, I have to tell this story. Growing up, my brothers used to call me a scientist or an inventor because I would be in the kitchen just throwing random things together. And I remember,
And they were the guinea pigs, the
oh,
test subjects.
no, my mother was my test subject because my brothers knew better. They knew better than to try my things.
Don't eat what Gloria made.
My poor mother, I remember she had just gotten off of a 12-hour overnight shift, and I was in the kitchen and I felt like baking, and I threw in like scrambled eggs and chocolate and just cinnamon and just like, I don't even remember what, but it was basically a big bowl of slop, and I froze it. And when my mom came home, I was like, "Mom, guess what? I made something for you." And truth be told, the look on this poor woman's face, she took a bite and said, I'm gonna save this for later," and I never saw the plate. I just assumed that she ate it.
She just threw that in the garbage.
The garbage. Yes, but I do love to cook now, and now, she'll eat my cooking without gagging, so that's always a positive as a Latina. So
That reminds me of a story when I was a kid. I tried my first attempt at making chocolate chip cookies, and I told my mom, like, yeah, I want to make cookies, whatever, little kid. And I made the cookies. I overbaked them. They all spread out into almost like one big cookie. It looked like you were looking at a map or something. There's like continents of like
chocolate chips
everywhere, chocolate chips everywhere. Then when I tasted them, they were salty.
Oh my god!
Because I added too much salt. So there were salty cookies. Well, now that I think about it, people buy salty cookies, don't they? Salted caramel and stuff. But yeah, these cookies were salty. Oh my gosh.
Did you make your mother try them?
Yes, I did.
Oh, poor lady.
And she was just like, "Oh, these are salty."
Okay, let's move on.
All right, who's next? I don't even remember.
You said that I
Yeah, because
baking?
I asked you about baking, so now it's your
Okay.
turn.
You played drums in a Chicago band?
Yes.
Sear.
Yes. So I've touched on the whole music thing before. I ended up being a drummer after it was all said and done. self-taught, not very disciplined at it, to be honest with you guys. But I was good enough to be in a band, so I would go. I tried out. I before that I tried out for a few bands, a bunch of bands, and didn't work out. This band, they took a chance on me, and it worked out. And yeah, I mean, we would practice. Although I think it, I was kind of the outsider in the band, so it's like I was learning the songs and learning how to play. And meanwhile, I'm still learning how to play, right? I'm still kind of just playing by ear and teaching myself how to play.
Let me tell you guys something. This man downplays the fact that he can play the drums because I remember recently in one of our family gatherings, we pulled up this old video. Joel, how long ago was that video?
That had to have been about 22, 23 years ago.
Wow. Well, my whole family was sitting around watching Joel play in the band in this old video.
Yeah.
So he's talented. He just likes to downplay the fact that, but don't believe him. He can play the drums.
Anybody can play the drums. I don't know. I appreciate that, but I see my problem is the discipline thing and just believing lies other people say, or just the low self-esteem and just the insecurity, right? Like I was always insecure, so I would never continue learning or keep on going. And then, frustration and whatever. It's a long story, but like I said, I ended up on the drums because I've DJ'd, I've played piano, I've played guitar, I've played percussion,
But he's not a musician.
I've done music production. But see, that's the thing though. I haven't, I do kind of, I mean, what they say, no regrets, right? But I do regret, not applying myself more to that kind of stuff. So it's like, it's something I really enjoyed, something I had, I guess, a passion for music. Because even listening to music, I became like a music nerd. I used to know so much about music and this and that. And um, yeah, but anyways, I did play for the band. Long story short, we did practices, and the ironic thing about it was we were doing the set list. I had the set list down pretty well, and then we broke up. So it's
Dun,
like
dun, dun.
so we didn't even perform or anything. So the only thing that's out there is a random video that may or may not surface in some way, shape, or form, and that's it. So yes, and maybe someday I'll pick up the drums again. I got drum stuff like laying all over my house that I never put together
In
due,
the basement, in the closet,
due
in
to
the garage.
space and time. So,
Okay, what's next?
all right, that was your question to me, so I have a
Mhm.
question for you now.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, Gloria, it says here that you enjoy animals and the outdoors.
Yes. And plants.
And what kind of animals would those be, Gloria?
Everything with fur.
Anything with fur.
Yes.
First she wants cats, then dogs. Funny story of when we met, I would always buy her something like a little gift. But then
Not expected, by the way.
and I would buy her something like flowers or candles or perfume or whatever. And then she would I'd always say, "Hey, I have a surprise for you." And she'd be like, "A puppy?" So then of course I went and bought her a puppy eventually.
And now it's a demon.
Now it's a 63-pound anxiety riddled shelter dog.
She fits so perfectly with us.
So yeah, so Gloria, you love them animals.
If I could, I would already have a zoo.
Totally would.
As a matter of fact, not too long ago, I domesticated a feral cat and we named her
Oh, that's Munchkin,
Munchkin.
but her nickname is Munchie. And let me tell you guys, that name fits because this cat can eat. Oh my gosh. And she's just a cool cat. I mean, even and I'm not a cat person, but the more and more I interact with this animal, the more I want the animal to be in here.
Okay, let me tell you guys something. This is a man who said, I don't want that cat in the house. The next day, this man went out to the pet store. He came back with some cat food, a cat bed, just all the supplies for my little kitty that he did not want. And now he is like attached to this cat.
Leave my cat alone. My cat Munchie.
But no, I do have a very solid. My family refers to me as the tree hugger just because I love nature. I love to be outside. I love to plant. I love to pet animals, and
Which the irony in there is that when we met each other, that was one of the differences we had. Because she likes to go camping and spending time outside with the mosquitoes and the bees. Me, not so much. If there's no electricity or plumbing, I'm not doing it.
oh my gosh, it is my life's goal to get this
Absolutely
man
not.
to go
No,
camping with me.
I'll go camping, but I'll go glamping. I'm not.
No, my dear, no,
No,
no, no, no.
we're not. We're meant to be in air conditioning and having toilets.
And I'm over here communing with nature.
No,
You
absolutely
know?
not. No, I am unnatural.
Unnatural, savage.
Savage I am, yes.
All right, what's next?
All
Oh,
right,
it's me.
we got a couple more and then we're going to wrap this up. So go ahead and pick another one.
Okay, you were in a bowling league as a youngster.
I was, and I was pretty darn good. It was very, it was very weird. My parents would take me to, they would drop me off at the bowling league. I was a kid. I don't remember how old I was, but I remember there was one time. I mean, I won trophies and everything, so I must have been pretty good, right? But one time I remember, here's little Joel uh, bowling, and I almost bowled a perfect game for a little kid. And I remember that day too. I was on fire that day, and people were like, everyone stopped what they were doing in this bowling alley. It was like the weirdest thing. Like everyone stopped. And
It was the Disney Channel moment.
it was
of
totally
his
like
life.
it was like a Disney. I don't know what it was, but I know everyone stopped what they were doing. I think even some of the like bartenders or something that were there like stopped serving drinks and was like, "Wait, well, you got to see this kid." So
You choked.
I totally choked. I think I was on my
I was
last.
joking.
No, I choked. I
Oh my
did.
gosh.
I didn't get a perfect game. I was short, like I don't like a couple frames or I don't know. It was some ridiculous like thing. But yeah, it was weird. It was like everyone was like surrounding me, like, look at this kid, man. This kid can bowl. Like,
This kid is going places.
I don't know, and it didn't get me anywhere because I haven't picked up a bowling ball in forever. So whatever.
Okay, next.
Let's see. Uh, Gloria wants a goat farm or chickens or llamas.
Or everything.
Yes, we kind of touched on that already. That she loves animals. Honestly, I wouldn't mind having a farm.
My life's goal is to get to a farm,
That would be awesome.
buy it, and have my animals.
You know, I absolutely. I'm not against that. I'm not against having a farm. I would. You know what I would like? I would like horses and goats.
Fainting goats.
I don't know about fainting goats. Goats nonetheless, but horses absolutely. I love horses. Horses are like some of the like most beautiful, just awesome animals. I mean, those things are pure muscle. They're like hardcore, man. They work. They're like very like most of the time, unless they're like a wild animal, a wild horse, but they're very kind of docile, almost like a domesticated animal, right?
I love horses, but you're not going to let me bring them into the house, so no.
Well, the cleanup would be a nightmare. So, I mean, dogs are one thing, but a horse, no. Yeah, I can't imagine that cleanup.
Next.
All right, so we'll pick one more each.
Okay.
Let's see. So you pick one on from for me then.
Um, this one's kind of fun. I mean, we've already kind of talked about it, but Joel was part of a rap group in high school.
you
Ricka what?
you had to pick that one.
Yes, I
All right, that
did.
was her last one that she picked. All right, so yes, when I was in high school, I told you guys I got together with a bunch of other dudes that were kind of like minded, wanted to do the hip hop thing. So I was the DJ. I didn't do any. I wasn't a rapper, and the name of the group, I hope everyone's ready for this, was DOA, and that would be Deaf on Arrival.
Deaf, like you can't hear?
No, Deaf like DEF, like the
Oh,
cool Deaf.
okay, deaf.
Deaf on Arrival. I mean, now that I think of, well, I don't know, maybe not now because that's not
Things sound different in high
PC.
school.
Anyway, Deaf on Arrival, DOA for short. We did one show. I remember too. I had my dad go and rent some equipment too.
Oh
I
my
had to
gosh,
rent
your poor
equipment.
parents, the way they had to lug you and your equipment around, I could just imagine.
So I was one of the DJs, but in that particular show, I was running like the sampler and some other stuff. And well, actually, I was DJing too, but there was like two DJs. This group was insane. It was like six rappers. It was like the Wu-Tang Clan before the Wu-Tang Clan. It was ridiculous. But anyways, we did a show, did pretty well. People kind of liked it. After that, everyone kind of just the thing just imploded. It was just like everyone wanted to do their own thing, and uh, like I said, Wu Tang Clan, but the opposite of the Wu Tang
The
Clan,
not Wu-Tang
the not
Clan.
Wu Tang Clan. I mean, honestly, when I think about it, that was kind of like the way it was because we had everybody had their own like style and their own like their cadence and everything. Everyone was different, but it was all one group. It was kind of like Wu-Tang Clan, but um
Wu-Tang Jr.
nah, I wouldn't even go that far. It was I'm trying to remember the name of some of the guys. I
Oh
remember
my.
one guy was Cool Breeze.
Surf needs a lot.
Yeah, I don't even remember what the other guys' names were. I don't even think I really had a DJ name. I don't remember what my early DJ names were. And
I would love to figure that out.
I used to have mixes somewhere, like old mixes that I used to do. I Who knows where those things are. I mean, between moving and stuff, that stuff all got lost. But yeah, that the hip hop thing didn't last long, and then it was just me and this one other guy that was part of the group. He was actually the best guy, I think, in the group. And we were trying to do something on our own, but of course, I'm young. I don't have money. I wasn't working. I couldn't get equipment I needed. Um, and that just kind of fell apart. I think he got into some bad stuff anyway, so he kind of drifted away. And that was the early days of uh my situation too, so that was part of it. So that just fell apart anyways.
As most things do when you're a teenager,
Yeah.
trying to put things together. Very few make it.
All right, and one last one for Gloria. We're gonna go with weeping willows are her favorite tree.
Yes.
So if I were to do a Barbara Walters, if you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be? You would be a weeping willow?
Yes.
Okay, and why is that?
there's something majestical about these these trees. I don't know.
No,
I've
I
always
agree. Weeping willows are some nice trees.
yes, I if I there's something beautiful about just, sitting again, I'm a tree person, nature person. So, just sitting and watching the tree just sway back and forth is kind of relaxing.
Right.
So, yes, that's why. I'm
Okay.
weird.
I had when I lived in the next town over, north from where we're at now.
Right.
We used to have there was a weeping willow in the front yard,
Mhm.
and it was nice, but there was a chunk missing out of it because this tree we found out later was a lightning magnet.
Oh.
So there was like chunks of this tree missing.
Well, if you remember when we first moved into the house that we currently live in,
Hmm.
the neighbor next to us had a weeping willow, a small
Yeah,
one.
which he ended up cutting
Oh,
down,
I was so sad.
which was very weird that he did that.
Oh, it was such a beautiful tree. And one day I look out the window and this person's just chopping away.
Yeah, I'd be mowing the lawn or whatever, and I would always have to kind of go underneath the tree
And
to.
it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, and I know one morning he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'll cut that," and he trimmed it, which is fine, but you didn't have to do that. And then all of a sudden, he's
Hacking
he's
away at the poor tree.
first he hacked away at like half of it, and everybody out there, imagine a weeping willow, right? And you just shave half of it, so it's like it already looked weird. So then I guess they realized it looked weird.
And he just
The
chopped it,
whole thing.
uprooted it and everything. I was so sad because not only did it divide our properties, but it was a beautiful tree and it was just like gone.
Yeah, that made no sense whatsoever. I have no idea what happened there.
Well, whatever.
Anyways, all right. Well, that was it for that. Hopefully, you guys got some enjoyment out of that.
And
Uh,
if not, pretend you did.
and if not, just pretend. Just whatever. All right. So, yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. This episode went a little longer than the normal ones. So thank you for listening to us, to our silly stories. So what do you think, Gloria?
I will definitely be back. Maybe not all the time, but I will occasionally be joining Joel. Hopefully I bring a little bit of spice to, whatever it is that we're trying to accomplish here. Balance things out between, serious and not so serious. And I don't know, I look forward to, I guess, interacting with you guys.
All right. So you guys remember the blog at sessionsandlessonsunscripted.com. I'm going to continue blogging on there and doing write-ups. You can also go there and look for podcast information, actual podcast postings of the podcast, things like that. Again, that's sessionsandlessonsunscripted.com. You want to drop us a line, any questions, even if it's silly questions, we'll discuss them. The email is sessionsandlessonsmail@gmail.com. Don't forget to also visit all the socials. Once again, guys, I've told you that I've been redoing these socials, and I'm trying to kind of consolidate things and whatnot. So please be patient, and I do appreciate you guys listening and everything. Again, I want to just, thank you guys for listening and tuning in, reading the blog, and yeah, don't forget to visit the blog and all the socials. So we're gonna wrap this up right now. We will see you on the next one. You have any final words?
Nope, just bye.
All right, guys. Bye bye.
Thanks for listening to the Sessions and Lessons Unscripted podcast.